Okay, so chapter 11 was dealing with difficult people. And I feel like this is a chapter that really could apply to all areas of our life. It's not just with young living. It's not with just our business. It's just people in general can be difficult at times just because of different personalities and that kind of thing. So there really wasn't much homework per se, but we could, after we go through the questions, we could kind of go through the chapter and see what things stood out to you in the chapter. So what was one example that she was talking about with enabling?
When you let someone add one bottle of oil to your order, like month after month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that that's interesting because so many times Monique said that's how she got her started. Got her start. She just put it out there. Hey, anybody want to add to my order? And then she just got order after order after order, and that's how she really got started. But after they ordered with her, she got them a starter kit. And I think Sarah said that at some point in here that one time is okay.
Yeah. Then you need to educate them and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's okay to, order that oil for, somebody, they just want to try one thing. They're interested maybe in, just seeing if oils will help with one specific thing. And I think that's fine.
Yeah. I did that last month, actually. I had 3 different people I knew were kind of interested. So I asked them if they wanted anything I can add it to my order. And I actually sent them the link. So I know they were looking at the page.
Yeah.
And, seeing what was out there. And I had one lady actually order a bottle. So I need to follow up with her. But yeah, I thought it was okay. I don't plan to do it every month, but it kind of gets them into it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I had gotten sort of, for a little bit, wrapped up in every month I would do a post saying, hey, who wants to add to my order this month? And, I mean, I can't tell you how many people have, done that, but then and maybe they ordered one other thing later on, but, they just don't get a kit. So, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to put that out there like that. Because I actually had 3 people add to my order this month, just randomly contacting me, and I didn't put anything out there. So, but those are like friends in my community group through my church. I mean, I feel bad saying no. Yeah, and this is multiple times that they've added to my order. So
then why don't, when you deliver it to them, invite them to your class?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've invited all 3 of them to my class.
Yeah, well, but make it even more, emphasized. And you could even say something like, hey, I'm not, my business is growing and I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything with my home and with my business. So I'm not going to be able to order for you anymore, but I'd love for you to come to the class and learn how to set up your own account. And
yeah,
it might be a way to kind of encourage them to.
And I think that people respect that a lot. I think we just need to show ourselves some respect.
Yeah,
because
it is hard to deliver.
It is more work. I mean, you're paying for this tax and shipping. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, we're giving them our wholesale price, and then you've got to figure out how they're supposed to get it.
Tell them they have to come to your class to pick it up.
Yeah, seriously, I will say that actually. Be like, it's at my house. You're gonna have to come get it.
Yeah.
I'll see you on the 21st.
So, and this is the chapter where she says that every single person should be funneled through the premium starter kit because it's training them on the oils. And realistically, when you allow them to just order the individual oils, you're training them to be needy and they'll have a lack of commitment. I thought that was well said.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You have a cold. You're stuffy.
It's allergies.
Oh, is it?
And I hope I'm not allergic to this sweet little puppy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He is so cute. What name did y'all decide on?
Ace.
Ace? That's cute.
Yep, Gavin picked Ace. So, anyway.
Cute.
Okay, so yes, we're not equipping them to buy when we're enabling them. So we're not giving them the tools they need. They don't have an account, and we're putting more work on ourselves. So that's kind of the gist of that that question. So then that leads us to the next question. What should you do when they only want one oil? Like how do we actually go, especially at this point, if you've already been having people order, how do you make that transition without it being awkward? What would be some ideas that you guys have?
Well, from my experience, usually one of the oils that people order is an oil that's in the starter kit, because those are the most well-known oils: lavender, peppermint, lemon, a bottle of Thieves. So, I mean, we really should say, hey, that oil actually comes in the premium starter kit too. And you get all these other oils, and just kind of give like a rough overview. Like, I use lavender to help me sleep every night. Lemon helps me with cleaning and getting sticky residue off of stuff. Peppermint makes us feel awake, and all go through. And then, and say, you need a diffuser too. I mean, that's the easiest way to experience your oils. So that's why the premium starter kit is such a great buy.
Yeah.
Just kind of run them through it so they can. But most of the times, one of those things that they are ordering is something from the kit.
Yeah. And they said that you should have a gentle conversation with them about all the products they should be using daily, and that they should be ordering themselves. Like, she gave the examples: Nietzsche Red, Pure Protein, the Thieves cleaning products, personal care products, those kind of things, so that you're really highlighting. And I really think a lot of the people that are apprehensive on the oils, talk to them about the Thieves starter kit. I think we are totally underutilizing the Thieves starter kit, because that is something that nobody has to learn how to use.
Right.
But it's a nice little entryway into oils and to Young Living. Plus, you're still getting a starter kit bonus. So I think that that's a good way for people that are, maybe not quite sure about the oils, but in being healthier.
Yeah.
So then, what do you do when you have somebody that's being negative about the oils?
I put, don't let it get you down and move on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what she said. And I love that verse in Matthew.
That is perfect.
Or listen to your words, leave that home or town and shake the dust off your feet.
I like it.
I know, and it's so true, because I think just our human nature, we tend to focus on the negative. In Financial Peace University, Dave Ramsey it wasn't him, it was one of his other speakers, but they gave an example of this guy, the guy who wrote, I can't remember, it was some famous sitcom. I think it was Seinfeld or The Simpsons. It was like a really big TV show. And he was at a baseball field, and they put him up on the Jumbotron. And as he was walking out to his car that night, some guy in the parking lot just said that you suck. And he said, out of all the people that said how awesome he was that day, the only thing that he remembered was the one that said the negative. And I feel that's very true of me a lot. And I don't know if it's because I'm critical of myself, but it's the students that would say something like, "Oh, I hate your class," or something. I would remember those a lot faster than I would remember the kids that all loved my class. And so I think that's a lot of our just human nature, but I think it's a good concept and we need to stop doing that. Oh, sorry.
Bless you. Yeah, I mean, I think, we naturally we want everybody to like us, and so it hurts. Like, yesterday when I launched my class, I mean, it was like within seconds that this one girl replied, can't go. No. And she's never, been into my oily posts and stuff like that. But she's a sweet girl. And I really don't think that she dislikes me. She just, it's like Sarah said, she is just not there yet. And, but it hurt. I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
especially that fast.
Yeah, so quickly, And then today, like, I've only had 2 people say no, and it's her and her mom. And so I'm like, you know what? Because I know them, and they're sweet, sweet people, but they're just not there yet. So that's the reason they're saying no. They're not saying no because I'm just an awful person and they hate me. But I have to like remind myself of that because, we're all sensitive. Especially when you're first stepping out of your comfort zone and starting this thing, we're very sensitive.
And I think the hardest part for me is separating someone saying no and not taking it personal. Because they're really saying no to me. They're saying no because either they don't want to buy something, they don't want to spend money, because I'm thinking of my own reasons. I get invited to a million Miriam, LuLaRoe, Rodan and Fields, Pink Zebra, all those things. And I don't shop for clothes ever. And all the other things completely contradict what I'm trying to do with living as chemical free as possible. And so, at first I would just click can't go or whatever I needed to say. But then now I've started messaging them and just saying, I really appreciate the invite, but we're trying to be chemical free and your products just don't line up with that. Or Young Living has something comparable that I'm using. So
that's so much better than saying can't go.
Well, at least they know.
Yeah.
And you never know that.
Educating them.
Yeah.
Getting them thinking like, this isn't chemical free. Never thought of that.
Yeah. So you never know where that could go because obviously those people, they like network marketing and they're business builders. But, if they ever decided that maybe they didn't want to be chemical free, at least they kind of know where I am as well. So,
yeah.
But so she said, kick the dust off your feet at each no. Don't wear it as a discouragement and move on. So I thought that was really good. But then, like I said, the homework was really short. But I have things highlighted throughout the chapter that I thought was pretty good. So she also made sure, let's see, when she does place one order for somebody that wants to try something, she also makes sure that she sends them home with the 101 class, either audio CD or DVD. So making sure that they have that education on the oils and the starter kits. And so I thought that was good. And my Itovi class on Friday, that was so much fun. We had 6 girls. All of them were already members. But we did our scans and then we looked up the products and everybody was like, oh, that is so right on. Because that was the question that I kept asking people was, do you think that your scan was accurate with whatever you're experiencing? And they all said, yes. And so that's changed their, they all are updating their Essential Reward orders, which is great.
That's awesome.
But I did the same thing with our orders.
Yeah, same here.
So
I will tell you really quick, just a quick testimony that I realized just tonight with our scanning results. I had scanned Evie. I think they came in early last week, the Itovi scanner, and I scanned the kids. And I would say it's probably been maybe 5 or 6 days. Evie's came up with all spiritual oils. I could go into a lot of details, but anyway, she's been not dealing with the death of our animals that we lost back in the fall. She just decided to never deal with it. She never cried about it. She just didn't want to talk about it, just all that. And so it was no surprise that her scan came back with all spiritual oils, and that was no surprise to me. So I happened to have Believe, which was the second oil that it recommended for her. And I've been diffusing that every night in her room for the past 5 or 6 days. And tonight at dinner, she wanted to pray before dinner. And then at some point, she just like brought up this conversation about God and just started talking about like how, God's in our hearts and he watches over me. And then like she had said, I have 4 people in my life that I trust the most. She said, you and Daddy and Anna, that's her best friend. And she said, God. And so that's huge. I mean, for her to be saying that kind of stuff just with it's not a coincidence. So, I mean, she hasn't talked about our animals at all, but I'm seeing, that oil is really working for her, I think. So that's amazing to me. I mean,
that is
really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there's no better feeling as a parent than for your children to openly talk about their faith. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just think that's really powerful.
Yeah, because Ethan tonight, he was saying, well, God's not in my heart. And I was like, oh, you're getting some to Believe in your diffuser tonight. So I did. I put Believe in his. I stopped the oil that the thing recommended for him, and I'm like, we're doing Believe. I was like, yeah. He's only 5, but still. He was like, God's not in my heart because I'm not sick. I was like, well, would you want God in your heart if you were sick? Well, yeah, but I'm not sick. I'm like, you're getting Believe in your diffuser.
My kids have been asking me lately, how is God real if no one created God?
Yeah.
And that is the hardest question ever to answer. Like, I don't know how to tell them. I mean, he just is. So I don't know how to tell you.
And it's not like you're mentally prepared for a question like that.
Yeah, but
it always comes at the craziest times where I'm like, I don't know, I'm brain dead right now.
They asked,
I don't know, I need some clarity
the other day, but it's come up multiple times, and I keep telling them, God created everything. We don't understand something not being created because we've never known something not being, I don't understand it either. I tell them that. I was like, I don't know how it works and how God came to be, but we can ask him one day. I don't know. So, yeah. Kids are asking some deep questions. So.
Well, diffuse some Believe. Get that. It's a great oil. It smells so good.
I need to get some of that, man.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's strong. You only need like 2 drops in the diffuser. It's pretty strong. But anyways, off topic.
Right. I know. Back to game plan.
I'm really glad your Itovi class went good. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be a really big draw for our classes because a lot of people have said, "Oh, that's so cool. I want to do that." Okay, so something on page 112 that I highlighted was it's better to be out there collecting no's than not moving and having a stagnant business. The trick is to prevent their response from hitting you emotionally. They're just not ready yet. So I liked that because it's so true. I mean, if you let your fear hold you back, then your business is just never going to move forward.
And there's no way that it can because you're not doing anything to propel it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so what are some of the other things that stood out to you guys? I've been doing all the talking. Y'all tell me some stuff. What are some things that just really stood out to you?
I thought it was cool how she gave the other scripture. She said there is precious treasure and oil in the dwelling of the wise. She says oils in your house, be wise, oil up, and according to scripture, have backup oils.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I
highlighted that as well. And then what about those family members that don't believe in multi-level marketing? What do you do about them?
Yeah. I like the part, you don't need their approval. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a testimony to that. Jenny can tell you, my mom she's getting better, very negative about not necessarily Young Living, but me quitting my job, because she's Lindsay, you're going to work so hard and never make any money. And I just kept reminding her, I said, Mom, I'm already working hard at my teaching career, and I'm not making any more money than I did 7 years ago. I said, you give me 7 years in this business, I'll be making a lot of money. And I'm willing to work hard for a few years and sacrifice for what's to come. But I don't feel like I definitely wasn't seeking her approval, but I can say that there have been a few family members, mainly on Jonathan's side of the family, that really hurt my feelings unintentionally. He just has one family member that really doesn't have any soft words come out of their mouth. So, and basically said I was crazy. Like, this is a terrible decision. I can't believe she's doing that. She's wasting her education. And so that was hard for me. And I didn't have any desire to even talk to that person or interact with them at all. And I haven't really until when I sent out all those game plan mini books. I did send her one and an essential oil class. Haven't heard from her, but I sent it to her. But I kind of felt like she was the kind of person that I had to prove myself to. And until I was making a big paycheck, I didn't feel like she was going to give what I was doing any credibility. So, yeah, that was hard for me, but I did it anyway. I'm hard-headed though.
Well, but I think about that too a lot. I'm like, man, I can't wait to get to like a higher rank so that my family will literally start to take me seriously. Because I feel like I feel like some of them do, but then some of them don't. And I feel like I need that rank in order to receive approval, which it shouldn't be like that, but that's just, I want their approval, and I want them to think that what I'm doing is worthwhile and, but we just naturally want that stuff, especially from our family approval.
Yeah. But I think that we have to be okay with not.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why it's so great that we are doing the boot camp together and building each other up, because y'all saw Jesse's post today. How cool is that?
That is awesome. Answered prayer right there. I'm telling you. And she's been praying since last August.
Yeah.
For Business Builder.
Yeah.
But that just shows you, he comes through.
Absolutely comes through. And it's at his timing, not on our timing. And
she has stuck with it. Yep. She has been consistent.
And Jesse's been consistent because a lot of people have encouraged her along the way. Mm-hmm. And people that aren't even in our team have encouraged her, because we're part of the dream team and the mix. And she's real good friends with Kaya.
Yep.
And Kaya's been a great support for her. And so,
yeah, she's so cute. Yeah. That is awesome for Jessie.
Yeah. So I'm just really proud of what we're doing. Oh, hang on. My puppy's eating Legos.
He's eating Legos?
Yeah, John David will hate that dog forever if it eats his Legos. Goodness. So, but I just think it's great that we're doing this as a team, that we're going through it, that we're talking about it, that we're encouraging each other along the way, and we're rooting each other on with our classes that are coming up, and just all that encouragement that we need. We don't need to get it from people that are negative and are speaking, negative over our business, over our life. And that was really hard for me, because that was something that they talked about in the Operation Silver that Jenny and I did a year ago. But my negative person was my mom. I couldn't not talk to my mom.
Yeah.
It's really hard in that instance. But if you have, if you have a way to just not interact with the negative people until you are comfortable in your business, I think that's a good thing. So, yeah. So, anything else that stood out? It really wasn't a long chapter.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was a really quick read.
Yeah. It wasn't very much.
Let's see. Okay, let's get to bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's 9:00, honey.
She did say on the page of 48 of the workbook for the bonus assignment, she again was talking about the Rise of the Entrepreneur DVD by Eric Worre. And I really liked the last sentence or two. Just put one foot in front of the other despite the naysayers. Knowing what you are doing will bless your family. As long as you believe this is possible, it is. And so that goes back to our positive self-talk and what we're allowing our mind to think, because what we're thinking is what's going to happen. And so if we're thinking, nobody's going to show up to this class, it's not going to work, nobody's going to come, they're all going to cancel at the last minute, then you're speaking that into happening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just really believe that what your thought process is does have an effect on what goes on in your life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's your energy when you talk to people, or how often you're posting, or are you confident or are you timid when you're talking to someone? Are you expecting them to say no? Because if you're expecting them to say no, they're probably going to say no. So I just think that was really good. If you believe it's possible, it is. And I more than believe it's possible. I know it's possible. And it will be. I just don't know when it will be.
Right.
So I'll tell you guys this. Mackenzie was home over the weekend for a little while. And I was telling her about, okay, well, I'm doing this class and I need to actually start having some classes. She got so excited.
Really?
Yeah. And I told her, I was like, well, I'm thinking about the end of April. She's like, no, you have to wait till May when I'm home because I have to do it with you. I was like, okay, fine. So I think we're going to do May 5th, which is okay. So that's tentative right now. But see, I have to move her out on the 4th. And I'm like, it depends on how much of your junk is left in my living room. I said, if you can get it all put away, then we can have a deal here. But, we'll see. So for right now, it's May 5th. But
good. That's great.
Exciting.
Now I just have to set up all my, invites and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's exciting that Mackenzie wants to help.
Oh, yeah, she does. She's so excited. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize she'd be that into it, but yeah.
Well, honestly, Mackenzie's I think she's your first business builder, because she had already kind of mentioned that she's sharing it at school.
Oh, she is. She'll take her diffuser to other people's rooms and set it up for them and let them use it when they don't feel good. Yeah. She's like, here, let me show you this. And she probably is my first one.
So, yeah. I mean, if you got her a starter kit.
Yeah, get her an account.
Yeah, then she's on your level.
And then under you.
and you start placing people under her. And then,
okay.
To help her. Yeah.
yeah, that's going to help her. But then when you find somebody else that's interested in the business,
Mm-hmm.
leave them on your level 1 and start helping them build, because you have to have those 2 main legs to get to executive. And that's what Sarah says in the book. Shoot for executive first, because that's setting you up for silver. And once you have those legs kind of rolling over, then start building your 3rd and 4th leg.
Oh, okay.
So always planning for 2 ranks ahead of where you are now. That's kind of the general rule of thumb. Now, Monique's philosophy was completely different than that.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Monique,
Yeah.
she was find 6 people and place them all on your level 1 and build
Evenly.
And so in her strategy, she said you're delaying the earlier ranks, but you get to the upper ranks faster.
Okay.
I really don't know.
I don't know.
7 people.
I don't know, because if I had followed Sarah's advice, I would be silver by now. Very close to it.
Yeah.
So, but my legs are too spread out. So,
Yeah.
But it's good. But I mean, and Lindsay, you too, you have multiple legs going.
Yeah, I've got 7 legs, and at this point, I have a leg with 400 OGB, and I have a leg with 700 OGB, and but if I would have had all of those in those different structures, then I would have been there quicker. But I also think the key is you have to have a business builder at the top of your leg.
Yeah.
And that is where I messed up, because I was just whoever was at the top, whoever I was signing up first, I left them on my level 1 and then just started placing people under them. And so I've got people on my level 1 that are not enrolling anyone. And so
it's so hard when you're enrolling someone. How do you know? It's so hard. I mean, I would have never guessed that you would be doing the business when you bought your starter kit,
And I told you I wasn't. I straight up was adamant about it.
And back then, I didn't even know how to structure. Everybody went on my level 1. Everybody I signed up for a kit was on my level 1 because I didn't know how to structure. Yeah. So, it just so turns out that you're my level 1 and you're a business builder, but it's really hard. It's a gamble when you first get, anytime you sign somebody up.
And so we kind of came up with a general rule that at least I'm going by. I think Jenny said that she was going by it. But in order to be on the level 1 and to have people, for us to place people under it, they have to be ordering 100 PV every month on Essential Rewards. And so if they're not doing that, then don't leave them on your level 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it's Mackenzie, right? You're going to,
you want to help Mackenzie out. You want to,
But for somebody else that's a friend, and I can say this because I've had some of those friends that have said, oh yeah, I want to do the business, and I built under them and nothing.
They never get on ER. They don't order. Yeah.
And then, so the problem with that is now I've got 12 people that I've placed in a leg that is going nowhere. Nothing's happening. There's no energy.
And you're having to take care of all those people.
Yeah.
They're looking only to you. They don't have a real sponsor.
And that's okay if they come to me, because I feel like if I enroll them, that I'm still responsible for them. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm putting my enrollments in a team where they're going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And where there's a leader that actually is using and believing in the products.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I've heard Monique's story before where she's got a couple people on her level 1 that just didn't do anything. And so she built them this humongous business and they didn't work for it. And they didn't earn it. And now they haven't managed their people well. So we've got to make sure as our leaders of our teams that we're helping those people, that we're placing on teams.
Mm-hmm. Well, and just giving them a copy of Gameplan is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so huge. That's why it's such a game changer. It really is.
Yeah. And I'm really torn about what to do with the game plan and how to, like when we do teacher trainings, should I have them for sale at the class? And then if somebody's interested, then they can just buy it right there. Because I almost feel like it's a financial gamble if somebody comes to your class and then they're like, oh yeah, I think I want to do this, and then you send them a book and they never do anything with it. Because I ordered 10 copies, and 3 of the copies that I sent out are sitting on someone's bookshelf. They are not participating.
Well, yeah, I think people should pay some, maybe not the full price for the book. Maybe you go in half or something. You only charge them half. But I think they need to pay something so that it shows, like we've talked about, places some value on it. And they're a little bit in the game. If they're putting money toward it, then they're in the game a little bit, you know? Whereas if they're just giving it, they don't have to be in the game at all.
If you order it in bulk with shipping and all that stuff, I think it works out to be roughly $185 or something like that. So
how much per book?
So, that's 10 copies of the book and the workbook.
So it's $185 for 10 copies of the book and 10 copies of the workbook?
Yeah. It's $175.
Do you need the workbook? I mean, the workbook has been awesome for boot camp, but are we going to continue doing more boot camps? We hadn't really talked about it, and we only have 2 minutes, so I don't know.
I think that we should. I don't think it'll be an every month thing, but maybe once a quarter, do a boot camp.
I think that's a good idea, once a quarter.
And that way we have new people coming on. Like they could still, but even if we weren't talking about this as a group, they're still going through it, and they could talk to their enroller or their sponsor about it. It gives them action steps. So I like the workbook.
Yeah, I don't know though. I would definitely consider charging for the book, because if someone wants to build a business, to pay $15 for a book is not a very big investment. Or if you only charge 10, and ate a little bit of the cost, that's not a very big investment.
No.
So, and that's places enough value on the book, because this is good stuff.
Yeah, and if they bought them on Amazon, I think it's $30-something.
Oh, yeah. So just tell them on Amazon it's $30. But here, since, this is an investment into, my business, you're an investment. So I'm willing to help you out with this book and only charge you 10 or 15 or whichever you choose to charge. Yeah. But I think definitely charge something. And I think I will do that as well.
Yeah, I think it
doesn't work out when we give people stuff for free. I've given away free essential oil pocket references, and people message me asking what oil to use for what. And I'm like, I gave you a pocket reference. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the key word. I gave.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that.
All right.
Anyway.
My puppy is eating something in the other room. Don't know what. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. No one's coming to classes. Now what? So hopefully that doesn't happen, but we need to be prepared.
Okay.
Guys, have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.